Hello and welcome to the Makers Maker podcast, episode number 14. I'm Alex, Projects in Dad's Garage. You know that because you found me here on my channel. Yeah. And then immediately, you know, over that way, that guy over there, it's my buddy Ryan. Ryan, say hello.
What? Hi, guys. I'm Captain Kern, Ryan. Hello. You said say hello. What else do you expect?
I don't know.
The camera angle, you guys get to see the rest of this part of the shop. You guys never get to see this.
I know. New
So,
camera angle this week for you.
special.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
right below Ryan, a face that you may not know, but a name that I'm sure you do. Jose, you want to introduce yourself?
Yep. What's up, guys? I'm Jose, obviously from LDO. Talk to a lot of people online, helped a lot of people. So you guys can put a face if you haven't seen me at one of the shows.
And hello, I'm Canrog Creations. I make videos and design stuff, which we'll talk about later, I guess.
Yeah, and then over in chat we got Mike, Da Vinci, Funny Kid Cat, Icarus, B Dog. Yo, what's up, man? Zybertech. Yeah, we're at some point we're gonna have to rename this to show to people with beards make things, or you know, old men with beards yell at sky. I don't know, something. Hey, John Doe, how's it going, man? So wanted to start off by talking about what we've been working on lately. I just wrapped up the Ender 3 NG back there. It's busy printing right now. That was a really fun build. Took way longer than I thought it would. Thought it would be done in one day back in November, and alas, I was mistaken. But it's pretty now, and it's proven to be a really good printer so far. We'll put some hours on it and see how it does. Next up, we're going to move the Trident back over here to the bench. See, there's some extruder stuff there. We got new extruder going for it. All the parts showed up for that beginning of the week, end of last week, something like that. So we got that going now. Ryan, what have you been working on?
Well, we've got 4 wires to go. I can't count. I put up 3 fingers. Four wires to go on the Ender 6. Then we can finish with the clipper configuration on it, just to get it moving and printing again before we start discussing the Mercury 1 conversion on it. And then we do Alan Mendick's PC case. If we can ever get these to print properly, they look like boats. They are not flat. And then after that, it's a surprise.
On.
It might start with a V. I don't know.
Jose, what have you been working on? Feel free to start with any top secret stuff that hasn't been released.
Yeah, I had to double check what was on my tables behind me before I jumped on. But yeah, I'm just getting some printers ready for Rapid in April. So just making sure everything's printing good, everything's ready. It's gonna be a busy one. Rapid.
Where's Rapid at this year?
Boston.
Okay. Last year was just up north of me.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah. I got offered tickets. Didn't think I was going to be able to make it up there because it's in the middle of the week. So I had to kind of turn it down. And then work had an issue. One machine went down, and I was going to have some days off, and I could have gone.
Oh.
But I was like, oh.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate appreciated Jason reaching out and offering me tickets, but I just couldn't go.
Yeah, they had a lot of real cool things that you won't see at any of the Earth shows. It's more industrial stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, West 3D showed up to look around. Fabrico showed up to look around.
Yeah. I should see if I can get work to just send me to it. Since I'm in plastics manufacturing as it is, I wonder if I could sell that somehow.
Expensive. It's a business expense.
Yeah.
So is LDO going to Rapid as well as Remurf in April?
Yes, we are. It's the same
That's
exact
busy.
week.
I was going to
So
say, that's busy.
so for Rapid, I take all my stuff, all my printers for display over there. So I'll drive to Boston from Jersey, come back, sleep for the day a little bit, and then fly over to Colorado the next day.
Wow.
Nice. I was looking at plane tickets from Jersey out of Philly or out of Atlantic City to see if I could find something that would work for my son to come out there, but I wasn't able to figure out anything.
Uh,
Canrog, what have you been working on, bud?
Nothing.
Lies, I tell you, lies.
Yes. No, I've been working on the Rook Mark II. Me and Rolo have been doing that for a little while now. So we're at the really late stages of designing and getting that to work and before publishing. So I can't make any promises of when. That's not up to me, but it should be soon. And because I went there today to do a lot of work on it, I might as well show it off.
nice.
So for anyone who doesn't know what the Rook is, it's the mostly printed 3D printer. And yeah, it's designed to be easy to get into and easy to build. This one is slightly more difficult to build than the normal Rook stuff. More heat sets, more screws. Still not as many heat sets as the Delta Flyer though. There's about 10 less on this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
We
like
wanted
how
to
much
make
that looks like a
something-
V0.
Yeah, we wanted to make something that can be enclosed. It won't be from like the normal stock build won't be enclosed, but it should be fairly simple to make it enclosed. So that's one of the things that I want to get done as soon as we've officially launched it. I'll start making a top hat and a front door for it.
Nice.
So we have
So
left the stuff that we need to make it fully enclosed.
I'm just noticing something. I don't see that pancake motor on the Y gantry.
So there's the way that it's set up is that in the back bottom there's two motors. So that's the Y motors.
We lost Canrog.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Very good.
Am
Found
I
a
back?
Canrog. Yes, you're back.
Okay. So in the back bottom there's two motors that runs the Y carriages back and forth. And then on the right hand Y carriage there's a tiny 22 mil NEMA 17 pancake that does the X back and forth. So now it's Cartesian. It's no longer Core XY.
Oh.
And the main reason is that with Cartesian, we can control the loads more evenly. Core XY has way higher loads because the belts are so long. And also the loads are going diagonal on a Core XY versus on a Cartesian, they're lateral. So it's easier to build a frame around it, especially with the open front end. It's
Yeah.
way more stable.
So Cartesian is interesting. It's definitely the way to go on larger printers. I kind of want to see the Phoenix go Cartesian rather than Core XY. And Okay, so I've talked before about wanting to do one of the Venture XLs, and I have I thought about all wheel drive, but recently I started looking into possibilities for ways that I could do that if I ever got my hands on a kit to switch it and do it as Cartesian with um, uh, four motors on Y and two motors on X. Um, I don't know. I think that on a large printer like that, it's even if you're just doing two motors on Y and one motor on X, it's a lot better because on a Core XY printer, all of your diagonal moves, like 45s, are just handled by a single stepper motor,
Yep.
right? So your single stepper motor is moving both your Y axis and your
And your
X
axis.
axis,
Yep.
or one motor. Um, and then, yeah. So I think that on a large printer, I would like to go Cartesian on it versus Core XY. You could
Yes.
also potentially add run significantly larger belts by running a Cartesian system than you could on a Core XY system. To go much above, well, really to go anything above 9 millimeter belts, you're going to have to step your extrusion size up. And on a Cartesian system, you could still run with 2020 and potentially go up to 20 millimeter belts.
Yeah, so for the Rook Mark One was kind of or the Rook Legacy was Rolohan's first like fully Core XY printer, and he learned a lot from that. And we've taken that to the Mark One, and then the 2020 Mark One and Two. Um, and then when we started talking about the Rook Mark Two, we so I kind of realized that if we just drop the whole Core XY thing fully, the frame should be easier. So instead of having that one giant top and bottom frame that you have on the Rook, the largest pieces here is like 150 by 130, but they're, you see. um, so there's more stuff to print because the whole thing is plastic now, but it's also way more solid than the normal Rook. So a normal Rook Mark One, if you don't care about keeping your frame, you can actually take the top and bottom and twist the whole thing
Yeah.
because
Jose, hold that back up again.
the rods aren't attached by anything else than friction, which is cool because I could travel with it. I can so on a Rook Mark One like that, you can actually just take the Z belt off and then pop the whole frame apart and travel with it, so it flat packs, which was really fun.
Twist it.
Um, it you'll need to clamp the base down to something, and you can twist it, but it takes a lot of force. But with the new one, I can't do it anymore. And
Yeah.
I did try it, and yeah, now it looks a lot more like a unit. It's not just a top and bottom frame connected by some rods. I still like I still love the Rook Mark One and how it looks. It's so simple and easy. But the Mark Two is kind of the next evolution, like the name suggests. Um, and going Cartesian just makes there's way shorter belts. Like there's less than half the belt length in total on this than on the Rook Mark One. So it does make some sense at least.
Yeah. Um, Number one, Maker Millwright joined us. Welcome, bud.
Hey,
Hello.
hey. New faces I don't know. Hey, Canrog. Hello, Jose. Hello, Ryan. How are you, boys? Hi, Alex. Thanks for having me. Sorry I'm late. My stream ran long.
Oh, you're good. You're good. This is drop in, drop out. It's like the best kind of co-op, but in a podcast form.
Yep. So
So,
what you working on, Maker? Millwright.
Can I self-promote, Alex? Is that okay?
absolutely.
Okay, so I'm Maker Millwright from the Free Heathen Workshop. I'm a live streamer and content designer full-time. I do 3D printing, desktop CNC, desktop milling, desktop laser. There's one of my projects right there. Very good job, by the way. I really, really like it. I was just talking about that in stream. So I will be at Sanjay Mortimer Rep Rap Festival next weekend. We will be trying to broadcast a maker meetup the Friday night. I will be trying to do some content on Saturday and Sunday, and we may or may not be visiting some museums while I'm there. What else? I got lots of things to promote, but I got nothing in front of me. And I just want to say thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'll be at Sanjay Mortimer. We just did some new maker chip tubes. I just did some custom design maker chips. At 2,000 followers, I'll release the patterns to people. I'm working on a Antweight BattleBot as well. So right now I'm just having trouble with my interlock on the hubs. For some reason, my hubs are the cores when they go into the TPU are shrinking. I'm having some sort of issue, so I'm rerunning a test print right now to try and figure it out. And I'm running on my Voron because I always get trouble for letting my Voron sit because it's a beautiful machine. It's a Voron 0.2 from KB3D, built by Digital Dragon, of course. We're running these maker chip tubes. And then I just finished a batch on the Bamboo A1 of 2-color maker chips. What else am I doing? I got some new models out. Smurf or Bust, which is one of our fundraiser models. That's
Nice.
Jack, our flagship model from Darkstar Chronicles tabletop RPG. And then if you don't want that, I made some backpack jacks, which have a little eyelet on the back so you can hang them on your backpacks. And they're, of course, marked with my mark, right? They're cute.
Let's go, man.
Thanks, man. We do what we can because, it's not really about the fundraising. It's about making people feel like they're there, like they're with us, right? Like it's really important to give people that experience. And then I have recently, I'm 90% confirmed for Midwest Rep Rap Festival. So
Nice.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
well, hi Jose. You and I have never met, but I do love LDO. So you and I should be friends. I make stuff and do things.
Nice. I'll be at Murph also.
Okay, well then we'll have to set up a dinner. Get a bunch of makers, introduce everybody, get everybody knowing you. We always like to get the companies involved and have their opinions and feedback, right? And then Canrog, I still need to get him to work on my non-linear printer that I need help with, my polar non-linear printer I'm designing.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Murph is where I met you for the first time last year, Jose.
Yeah.
You looked at me like I was absolutely batshit crazy when I was like, where's Jason at? You're like, "What?" I was like, he told me to talk to him here. And you're like, who's this guy? Security.
Well, I did see the LDO booth 2 years ago, but I didn't see anyone at it.
I was there.
Oh, then we have met. But my memory is very bad, so forgive me. Please forgive me, but we have met. I'd like to meet you again. We'll chat and we'll have some fun.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
It's looking like I'll be at Rocky Mountain. We are this close to hitting the funding for what the airline tickets cost today. Okay, where they'll cost in a month, we'll find out. But today,
remember, Alex, I keep telling you, put it on Twitter.
Give this man.
Have a Twitter, brother.
You need one. That's where, a lot of my private funding, like people who don't necessarily want people to know that they're funding my projects, that's where it comes from.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
A lot of people out there that want to see you build things. They just don't want their name on something.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, there's a link set up. You can donate there anonymously.
Can you put it into chat, please?
It should be in the description.
Put it in chat, please.
I don't have it.
Can you guys tell that I do public fundraising for all my projects?
He needs to set it up as a timer.
Yes.
I think it is set up on a timer. At least I thought it was.
I can't wait to meet you two how to do it.
The Murph. For only $5
Oh, Raj. It'd be nice to see it, Smurf. I'll be there. Look for the guy in the bright clothes with the purple baseball cap. That's me. Just look for the really loud, obnoxious guy. More than likely, it's me or somebody else, but probably me.
Yep.
Can Rock, I love you, dude. Where's my Rickroll? Where's my Rickroll?
I didn't set it up today. There's a cat though. That's a
we
cat.
Like cats. We do like cats. We like murder mittens. We love them.
Yeah.
The really loud,
Trying to
obnoxious guy.
kill my feet.
That was like 3/4 of the people at Remurf last year.
Sorry?
The really loud, obnoxious guy. That was like 3/4 of the people at Remurf last year.
You've not seen loud and obnoxious till you've met me.
No. Have you met Dave?
Which Dave?
There's a lot of Daves.
There's a lot of Daves. There's only one Maker Millwright, my friend. There's only one Free Heathen workshop, and there's only one Maker Millwright. That's me, brother.
This has to be one of the greatest comments made by the user with the greatest name I've ever seen.
Is this the podcast of my dreams with the creamy? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Tastefully thickness. You better believe it, baby. We love you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
I have
man.
one filament roll within my reach, and that's creamy PLA.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We get the creamy filament.
Yes.
I never print white. Why you guys got to do me like that?
It's not white, it's
white,
creamy.
it's cream.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. Here. There you go. Creamy miniature for you all. There you go.
So, Jose, with you being this week's new guy / guest on the podcast, because you're welcome every week, brother.
Thanks.
What do you got going on? How are you? What does it take to prepare for shows like Rapid and Murph and stuff like that from you guys' side? Obviously, we've had Hector and Dan and stuff on, but they're vendors, and you're a manufacturer, which is a representative within LDO, which is a manufacturer.
So I mean, we start early. I mean, we started planning a while ago. I mean, we have to think of everything up front. Like, okay, what printers do we want to show here? Like, Rapid is not like Murph or Rocky Mountain. It's a whole different type of atmosphere. Basically, it's all suits.
It's a trade show, right?
So,
Rapid
exactly.
and TCT. It's a trade show.
Yeah,
That's why I don't go to those ones.
they're actually nice.
I
like
understand. I would like it. The community would be bored with everything I ask, so I prefer the builder things. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
Yeah. So we start planning ahead what printers we're taking and prep that, get everything ordered for the display, because over there we have a really nice display that they come and they build it for us there. Then I drive.
So, obviously, I've been to 3D Printopia and Murph and seen you guys in. I'm pretty sure you were the one that built every single printer and stuff on display at most of those shows. How do you guys handle things like? Well, you said you were driving the Rapid, but like Rocky Mountain or Smurf or something like that.
So
or it's
for
not your
Rocky
printers.
Mountain, what we're doing is we asked the community for help because Jason is in California. I'm all the way in New Jersey. Cameron, which I'm sure you've met as well, he's in North Carolina, so none of us are driving there.
Yeah.
So we have to rely on the community to drop off some printers for us to show off there.
That's pretty cool.
But as far as Printopia, Rapid, Murph, I drive to all of those, so I bring all my printers on, and I have them on display there.
That's got to be a decent amount of pressure. Like, okay, I can't break this machine.
Yeah, so that's why we start early. I'll go through the printers, make sure if one of the panels is looking rough. I'll talk to people over at LDO. Hey, I need to change out panels on this printer. So we start early. So if there's anything that I have to get from China, we have time. Like all the giveaway stuff, they send it to me, but we start planning in advance in case UPS decides to make a mistake or we don't want
Yeah.
to be stuck with nothing.
I was always curious because, like, the displays and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I have all that
Um,
here in my house.
yeah.
I have
Um,
all the signs and all that stuff.
yeah. But it was always like a thing for me. Like, are we like packing all this stuff up, putting it on a pallet, and shipping it, or is
No,
it
no.
like
I
it's
rent
worth
the van.
the cost just to pay to warehouse this? You
Yeah.
know, I was always curious about that.
We actually talked about that for Rocky Mountain, about maybe getting a storage and just keeping printers there just for that event. But we decided to go a different route, at least for
Yeah.
now.
If my workshop was bigger, I'd offer you guys space. I live here in Colorado.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
but if you guys want, I'll lend you my do ender. You guys sponsored the motors for it, so you can
I
have it for.
remember in December 24 at Smurf. I think the only reason why Aldia wanted me to come was because I could just bring a rook, which was fun because I took it as a carry-on on my flight.
So I'm going to Smurf and I'll be going to Murph. I'm in Vancouver, Canada. So I'm like when Jose was like he's in California, I feel that kind of pain. I have to fly to everything. So like I'll be flying into Chicago and then from Chicago I'll go down to Goshen. But I am tempted to bring my custom Voron Point 2 with me, but I just don't want it to get damaged. I'm so in love with that machine. I just don't want damage from it. So I feel you, man. But Jose, if you ever want to ship anything up to Vancouver, I got you, brother.
Tasteful thickness. To a certain extent, yes. Was There's various different types of materials, um, and each one of those different types of plastics carries a different level of consideration. For the most part, the filaments that you would worry more about need to be printed with an enclosed printer anyway. So that's going to cut down a lot on your risk. And also, really, you're melting such an insignificant amount of plastic. Like, I guarantee you, I'm in plastics manufacturing. I guarantee you that one of my machines, just one of them, extrudes more in an hour than the entire cast of this podcast and the entirety of chat will extrude 3D printing in their entire life. All right. So, and is that a concern? Maybe, but people have been doing it for well over a century now, and there's not shown any real health risk unless you're already vulnerable in some other way.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like 52 kilos a year.
Keep
yeah,
going for the next couple centuries, and
All
you
right.
might
yeah.
get
All
there.
right. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So I got two printers right next to me on my desk. So my desk is in my living room. So on these two, I pretty much just print PLA. They're set up to be rapid prototyping machines, and then I have a Cobra S1 that I just put outside. It's easier. It's literally outside.
Well, ASA, ABS, and nylon I generally do enclosed, but the new Polymaker PA06 doesn't need an enclosure. So you can, but anything with a fill product, you got to be worried about off product of dust. But typically, FDM or FFF printing is very stable and safe. You will get dust, you will get some noxious fumes depending on componentry. Like ABS, the closest thing that I can do for comparison is it smells like burnt vomit. But a lot of the companies have now chosen to go to a low odor product, so they're doing their best to make it suitable for desktop manufacturing. But you do want to have some air exchange. You do want to have a fan going if you can. I like CanRock. Where like my workspace is a live workspace, and I have between 4 and 6 printers going all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I got a
Cybertech,
bunch of them. I got a
um,
HEPA filter in the office, and that's about it.
Well, like my Voron, which is what I'd like to do ABS on, or my J1. J1's enclosed. The Voron is enclosed with a carbon filter. So
Yeah.
Cybertech, I doubt highly that it's the extruder itself causing your heat creep issue. Number one, the orbiter is your extruder gears are pretty far away due to the planetary gears
What tool head is it on?
from your extruder itself. I would say you probably have heat creep in your hot end, and on your retractions, it's pulling it up into the extruder.
Yeah, I mean, unless your the current is too high and that motor's getting super hot,
Yeah, but by the if that
you
motor
could
got
transfer
hot
some of
enough
that
to,
heat.
but I would think by the time that motor got hot enough to heat up the extruder gears to melt the plastic, you've done melted planetary gears, planetary gear housing, the back of the extruder. Like you're gonna know if the motor was causing the heat in your extruder to cause the filament to melt.
The heat sink is 25 millimeters away from the extruder.
I would check the run current on your setup and make sure that it's set correctly. And if it's running on a 2209, there is options for you to tune the driver a little bit more to make it more efficient.
Yeah,
With the sense, make sure the sense resistor is correct, because if your sense resistor is set wrong, then it's
the
gonna
current can
double
be
or
double.
triple. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So make sure you got the run current to about 0.8. I think it's recommended.
yeah.
And
2.5 is a
then
0.8.
yeah, and then sense resistor should be 0.11. If it's any other board, then yeah, just make sure you have the right um yeah, right run current, right sense resistor, and should be yeah.
Feel free to send me a message on Discord if you want. I'll try to look more into it.
I mean, it could be that there's something that's pushing on the motor, so giving more resistance. But at that point, the motor should probably start skipping instead of
Yeah,
overheating. So
I mean, I have a lot of Orbiter 2.5s running, and they get hot, but nothing to do anything like that.
there's one.
Especially you're saying it's ABS. Yeah, I got 6 of them here in the stealth changer.
Yeah. You could also make sure that you're not trying to push a higher flow rate through your hot end than you necessarily could, causing a lot of back force onto the extruder. But yeah, that's an odd issue to find.
Yeah, I would say make a post on the LDO Discord, and Jose is gonna be
Yeah,
digging
just send
into
me a
that.
message. Um, I think he said he's got some type of prototype. I guess he doesn't want to show it. So if you want, just send me a message. If you don't want to
Yep.
post it online.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been working on some tool heads. Some pretty interesting ideas that I've seen come from him.
Nice.
So, Jose, how'd you get into the hobby?
So that's a funny one. I was a general manager at a car wash. I did all the maintenance at a car wash for a while, for about 8 years or so. And then I wanted a kayak. So I bought a kayak. And I saw that there was a lot of stuff for sale and they were all 3D printed. So I went to Micro Center, picked up one of those $99 Enders, and I got addicted. I don't have the kayak anymore. But I got about 15 printers.
That happens with kayaks.
I have a very similar start to the hobby.
It all started for, I think it was like a $15 rod holder for the kayak. I was like, I don't want to pay the $15. I'll just print it myself if I get a printer and I can make more stuff. I made a couple things for the kayak. I got lost interest in the kayak and I got like 15 printers now.
Yep. I did the same with FPV drones.
That's why I tell everybody that wants a kayak, don't buy a kayak. Just borrow a kayak from someone that bought it and doesn't want it.
I mean, the kayak was fun. I did a lot of, it was for fishing mostly. I threw a motor on it and I went crazy.
You doing fly fishing or what?
No, just regular fishing, not fly fishing.
Cast and reel, yeah.
Cast and reel,
yeah. Knowing intimately the area that you live in, having grown up there, there's a lot of fishing to be had.
Yeah.
Can I pick your brain, Jose?
Huh?
Can I pick your brain?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a Sunlu S8 with a 310 build plate, and it's 400, I believe, or 420. I want to do a rebuild on it. Is there any suggestions that you would have for anyone upgrading old Cartesian-style machines based off the Ender 3 format? Do you have any suggestions or kits that you think are smart to use in those systems?
I mean, those are that's the one that's like the Ender 3, right?
It's pre CR10, so it's an Ender 3 V6 hot end. And I'm picking your brain because every time Alex has somebody on here from a company, I'm always curious what their response is.
So I mean, first, like they were just showing the motors. You could take a look at our motors and swap those. That's a start. My original Ender, I ended up converting it to a switch wire.
There are a lot of people that have converted Ender clones into switch wires. So there's a lot of
they
activity
did the Viper,
on the
the Anycubic Viper. I think I've seen done.
And also the CR10, CR6.
I am sitting on a pretty special extruder for it, but I want to use the Hermit Crab system from Big Tree Tech. But I'm always curious what what would you do for power? What would you do for motors? Like I would really love positional motors. I have a thing about step counting positional motors, which everyone will call servos, whatever term is acceptable to you, but it's got an indexer on the end of it. I really like those. I come from an industrial background, so it's knowing where everything is at any given time is something I really like to do. I'm just curious, LDO makes a lot of cool stuff and they've got a lot of cool friends, and I'm just curious, what would you do with an oversized Ender 3, and what do you got, what's the plan? Also, welcome back, Captain Kern.
LDO doesn't really have any specific kits or anything like that. The most that we'd have for something like that would be the motors. I mean,
but you're talking extruder motors, Z-axis, Y-axis, X-axis. You act like it's not a big deal, but it is. It is. Absolutely it is.
2004 is all around. They're just bread and butter motors. Maybe go for something like the superpowers on a bigger machines.
The 2504s, yeah.
Yeah.
Super speedy, 48 volt. Get her done.
Depending on how much space you got there, unless you want to.
That's the milling machine I want to build. Can you not, Captain Kern? That project is very quietly sitting in a corner that I'm not talking about. Can we not talk about 48 volt systems because that's milling machine territory?
You could also, if you want, if you like the
volts right there, bud.
Yeah,
closed
loop steppers.
Ooh.
you could go all out and go NEMA 23 on the bed. closed loop NEMA 23 on the bed. If you upgrade the Z axis a little bit to make it more rigid, you could put a NEMA 23 on the X as well, because it's just barely creeping up, right?
Yeah.
5160s on everything.
I'm all about
At
that
that
hyper
point,
precision and motor orientation, right?
Yeah.
if you're going that far, though, you might as well just wait a bit, and LDO might have some Phoenix stuff at some point.
Soon.
Just pull that big old bed off and just put it on a Core XY printer.
I am not a flying gantry kind of guy. I like them. I like my IDEX is one. I really and the Voron is one. I like them, but I'm a big Cartesian guy because most of my processing, because I do high precision miniatures, is very small and very tight. But I like doing big props on big machines. You know, the big 400 I have now. I'm waiting on a couple props for that, and I really liked that 310 build plate for. You know, I'm a prop builder, so the Warhammer 40K plasma pistol and bolter, right? Very, very cool projects for such a big machine.
You should maybe, if you like precision stuff, maybe look into the 0.9 steppers, which in
Yeah.
theory has double the resolution of a
Yeah,
1.8 stepper.
yeah.
Yeah.
The flyer performs great with those. The Rook behind me has those. Another one at the workshop that has those.
I keep telling everyone, you want those tighter motors. You want that. You want a tighter angle. They don't understand, but it's all about
Yeah.
precision stepping. That's
Yep.
what it's all about.
I do want to say, because I just had this discussion earlier today with somebody, if you're using .9 steppers with the end goal of having higher resolution in your prints, make sure you also set your slicer to slice with a higher resolution. Otherwise, you're doing it all for nothing, right?
Yep.
And remember that you can only drive so many steps so quickly, accurately. So uh, if you're trying to, you cannot do both speed and precision, right? If you're trying to do that precision, you're not going to, and you're running .9 steppers, you're going to, by default, have a maximum like effective speed, half of that of a 1.8, but double the resolution. Yes, there's going to be some give and take here and there depending on the stepper and stuff like that. But as a generalized overall statement.
Yep.
Or if you live rent free in my head, you just imagine everything with ball screws.
I told you, stay out of my head for the milling machine. Get out of there. Shoot.
Yeah, but even with ball screws, you're still limited to the motor that's driving the ball screw.
That's true.
Right?
And screws are slow. Like that, ball screws are great. Screws in general are great, especially when you get up out of 6 mil into 10 mil. They're really great, but they're slow. And
But
people
Yeah,
they're
don't.
they're
right.
But they're tight. Agreed, sir. They are tight, and I love precision.
So I have an idea.
Also, I
Jose's
just
over there
chewed you out on
biting
one.
his tongue so hard. I can see it.
Hmm?
Huh? What? No, I know
I
nothing
said-
about these things. No, of course not.
Ideas.
I don't have the inside track on all these things you're talking about. Of course not. We're not talking about that today.
Did somebody say Orange Thumb Giga?
Don't get me started. Don't you, Kern? Don't you get me started on the Giga. You know
So
I love that machine.
I have a sort of a cool idea that I want to try at some point. I want to try get one of those Prusa mini clones, the single tower printers that are relatively small, like the KP3S or the Crux One from uh, Tronxy, I think. And what I want to do with it is I want to convert it to, instead of moving the bed on the the flat axis, I want to put the bed on the z axis, and then have everything else moves. So flip the entire thing and then hang it on the wall.
Nice.
So it'll print like a normal printer, but it's the base of the printer will be on the
It
wall.
is the wall, yeah.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
have it in my head how I'm gonna do it, but I would need a sacrifice.
Well, you know me and my love of belt printers. I love belt
Yeah.
printers because you hang them on the wall.
I still want to build one of the baby belts. I just want
I
to do it with the
They're
kids.
nice.
I think it would be fun. Just today, Smalls, my older daughter, was asking. She wants a printer of her own. And she's like, "I want you to build me a printer. I want to be able to pick the colors, and I want to be able to, print what I want." Because she's been taking more interest in it. I think probably once or twice a week she comes out here and starts searching printables for stuff. Um,
I'm literally going to Smurf to meet Princeps. So I will make sure that he knows what you're looking for because he's a friend and I love him to death, and I'm literally going because of him.
so I don't know. It's on my list. I've considered a few different printers in the past for the girls. Um, I when the positron got announced, I considered that, and then when I found out the price on it, I was like, okay, that's
Maybe not.
more than I can do for this.
But
It's a really cool printer,
I can
but
defend the positron. So we had a community member. I asked him about it because I need a backpack printer to take with me to events because I like to design in my off time and I like to make. I always make, right? And in defense, I asked him and I said, "Well, how's it for zero?" And he said, "Well, I took it from my lab, I folded it up, put it in a box, brought it to an event, set it up, ran it. Zero was still there, perfect zero. I folded it up, put it into my box, brought it home, set it up again, zero was still maintained. Not only that, but the positron, with a few minor alterations, can run TPU." And I tweeted you out, Alex. So get a Twitter
Rob,
account, would you?
Rob's a really nice guy. I met him last year.
Brilliant man. Mr. Mink is a brilliant
Yes.
man.
And I'm hoping that a new project will appear at Rocky Mountain this year.
I think I know the one you're talking about, actually. I shouldn't say anything.
I'm not saying anything either.
What? I don't. What are we. Hats? I love hats.
yeah. So it's been like I said, like the positron, super cool printer, because I mean, it's a conversation starter, right? It's like the Delta Flyer, right? I bring somebody that doesn't know anything about 3D printing into the garage, and they look at every other printer and they're like, "Yeah, that's okay," and and but the Delta Flyer, it's just a cool motion system. People are like, "Huh?" Right? Same thing with a positron, right? Or like the baby belt, where it's just like it's
It's
a
different.
conversation starter, right? Kind of like the giant Nerf blaster on my wall, right? It's conversation starter for people that aren't interested in 3D printing. But then I seriously consider something like the A1, where it's an inexpensive and capable machine that the girls can play with, rather than it just being a novelty that isn't really going to make what ever they want, where they can kind of go on Maker World, and by and large anything they see on Maker World they'd be able to print on it. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it.
I get a lot of questions from people that don't have printers, but they want to get a printer, and they're like, okay, what do I get? Like, do I just buy the cheapest printer I can find and it'll do the job? Or do I spend a little bit more money? And it's always the three things that I need to know is why do you need it? How much are you going to spend? And how much time do you want to spend? And if they can't answer the first one, the two others are just irrelevant. Because a lot of people think that if they buy a 3D printer, they can just print whatever they need, and that's all. Like they can.
You can, like budget machines, you can.
Yeah,
The
so there's a limit, like because
yes,
it like I have a friend who asked me about a printer and they wanted to use it to print stuff to use in their kitchen, and I said, yeah, you can do that to a certain degree, but at some point the temperatures you're involved in uh, makes it so that you need a specialty printer which is fully enclosed that you can use high temp materials, and
yes.
those get really expensive because they wanted to make stuff for baking, like custom molds for baking, and I'm like, that's going to be difficult. I think you would.
It depends on what they're doing. If they're doing a blank mold insert, which is like what I remind, like I teach people about that, right? If you're doing
Yeah.
blanks and then casting the silicone on top because you get to pick the temperature set for the silicone,
Yeah.
PLA is fine. TPU molding is also pretty good, but like kitchen stuff, you're looking at nylon, you're looking at ABS, you're looking at peak and pack, you're looking at stuff that's not meant even for that yet. Like even people are talking about the homogenized, food safe certified PET G. Well, yeah, it sort of, but it when you heat it, it starts to break, you know. And I think the A1, I taught someone how to use an A1 in about 2 hours, but an A1 can only do what an A1 can do. It wastes a lot of material. It is good. It's very quick. It's very user friendly, but there's no modifications to it. There's no changing it. It is what it is. Now with my Voron, I run the life out of that. I'm just about to start speccing into ABS for it. It can do anything, but it's twice the price because you got to put the labor in, right?
I I've got a whole bunch of enclosed machines, and I'm running up against where I'm starting to need things printed out of materials that a generalized enclosed printer isn't going to do, right? I got the Doom Cube Micron down there that I want to turn into a machine that can do those things because it can get to the chamber temps, but there's some obstacles with that, right? I need a bed that goes to 200C. I need some parts that are CNC. Right? I did PPS parts for the gantry, but I have zero faith that that'll last in a chamber for a couple hours with a 200C bed and a chamber temp over 100. Right? Like,
Well, even the hot ends. Like one of the things that people don't understand is the hot ends. They get so hot they melt down the cooling components. So if you're
yeah,
looking at, because you're looking at a 350 machine, I know what you're talking about. You're
I'm
looking at a
looking
350.
hotter than that.
Oh, the new 410s, sure, but nonetheless, the components, even right now on my 310 machine, the components for the fan assembly are deforming, and I'm not getting my full blast of air. So it is, when you're starting to get into the really high temp, which is the future of FDM, if no one knows, that motors will have issues, bearings will have issues, build plates will have issues, like generalized expansion of a build plate because aluminum grows under heat. There's a lot of things that people don't know, and remember, going hotter is where we're going. The companies are going to try to squish that temp max, but we are going to grow hotter. We just are. It's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm waiting on a hot end to get shipped that will go to 500C. I'm waiting on a nozzle that'll go to 500C. That way, the materials I'm looking to print in the 400 to 450 range, but you got to have a little bit of overhead.
Mm-hmm. You want
Then
what
you,
is it, 15 degrees above? You want your machine to go 15 degrees stably above whatever run temp you are.
Yeah.
then you're going to be peeling
And
the carbonate and acrylic off and putting aluminum,
Yep.
on.
yeah,
I mean, it's a big
there's a
upgrade.
there's a lot of stuff on that machine that'll need to change to get there. And it's one of those situations where uh, you can get pretty high up for a pretty low cost, and then every little bit you try to climb up, the cost just gets exponentially more and more and more. Right? And that's why you go from seeing a machine like the bamboo or building a boron or something where you're at like a $1,500 mark, and then you jump up to a printer that like the Vision Miner stuff or
Form Labs.
the Pantheon stuff or Loose Labs stable box, right? And all of a sudden you're adding another zero. Like it's an order of magnitude more expensive to go another 100 degrees, right?
But you are moving out of desktop manufacturing and into like what's considered low end industrial manufacturing by doing
Yeah,
that. Just
You,
yeah.
you completely skip the prosumer grade and go completely to manufacturing.
correct. Industrial
I
manufacturing.
would I would call the Pantheon. I would call the stable bots. Um, I would call those machines prosumer machines, right? Because I would call a pro machine something in the lines, and you're adding another zero, so another order of magnitude, right? You're going up into the Stratasys machines and stuff like that, where there's no electronics in that chamber at all. Your motors are outside the chamber, everything's outside the chamber. Because this thing gets so fucking hot, it'd be like trying to put a stepper motor and expecting it to last inside of your oven on broil,
Yep.
right? You just can't do it, right?
Jose, did
So
you catch that comment? Just sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Alex. Just did you catch that comment?
from how we do it.
How do we decide what becomes a kit? It really depends on what the people want. You know, I mean, there's millions of things out there. We can't make a kit for everything because sometimes it just doesn't make sense. At the end of the day, it's a business, you know.
Yes.
So, but I mean, LDO will back any of the makers, anybody, to try to help them out. And if it develops into a kit that'll work, it becomes a kit.
I've actually heard that. Like again, I've not dealt with you boys yet, which I hope to, and I'm sad that if we have met, I've forgotten. Forgive me, but I have. There is a in the community, just so you know, and I'm a loudmouth, so you'll definitely there's a in the community there is a wide held belief that if you have an LDO kit, or sorry, if you have a kit or a design that you want, you can go to LDO and ask for help. There's a
Yep.
that is a people believe in you and they know that you believe in them. I
Yep.
just like to bring that positivity to you. I even where I am, because I do a lot of the consumer grade stuff, I want you to know that people really do know that about you and really love that about you. Just
I
so you know.
appreciate that. But yeah, that's what we do. Even if something doesn't work out, it doesn't make it to a full kit. Like I said, we still helped out. We did what we could to help out to get it launched, and sometimes it's just not there yet.
Yeah.
But we'll stay in. We'll keep going until we get it there.
yeah.
Where
now,
it's all about what the people want.
now I know that there's been products, just like launching any product, right? Where you launch a product and some number of people have issues with it, um,
Yep.
and you know how how do, uh, how do you guys try to handle those situations?
Well, as you know from the community, we're all about customer service. That's kind of what separates us from the other manufacturers is that you'll always find us there for support. I'm online, all day.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean,
So
you
we do
hang
as
out
best we
in
can.
my
If it's
Discord. I
yeah,
mean,
I'm everywhere. My Discord is insane. Um, I'm trying to think. For example, the Nighthawk. We had an issue with Nighthawks. I'm sure you guys remember.
Yep.
We had to do a full on recall. So I mean, we do what's right, whether it's gonna hurt us financially. I mean, we had no choice.
Yeah.
It was a bad
Uh,
product. There was a mistake, and we fixed it, and the community's happy with it.
yeah. And I can, so as somebody that works in the automotive manufacturing sphere and was working at Honda at the time that the airbag recall was going on,
Oh,
right? And has worked with some other recalls that, due to NDA, I can't discuss. But I can tell you a recall can very easily sink a company,
yep,
right? And it doesn't even have to be a big one, right? Like obviously the airbag manufacturer with Honda, they're gone. They don't exist anymore,
yeah,
right? But uh, eh, even a small scale recall can sink a multi-million dollar company. It does not take much. So to for a company to stand behind a product to the extent of recalling it is is huge, right? That hurts a company financially a lot to do it. So when a company does that, there's a voluntarily, right? Like there's not National Transportation Safety Board breathing down your neck about it.
yeah, yeah. It was a
Right?
voluntary recall. It's not like, yeah, it's definitely not like the automotive where you have no
Yeah.
choice. You have to do the recall. We did the right thing. I feel we did the right thing. It took a little longer for us to get the right one out, but we wanted to make sure it was good.
Yeah.
And right now, the only thing going on is this whole static issue that randomly shows up.
Yeah, so far so good. Although
I need
my
to step away
my
for a moment.
Jabberwocky hot end fan has now decided that it will not spin at more than 2,000 RPM.
Huh.
I don't know
Um,
why.
I think I have a couple here.
But fans die. Fans die. It's just
Yeah.
it was just a weird one for me where all of a sudden I fixed. So for those that don't know, what was it? A couple of weeks ago, mentioned on. I just mentioned it in passing on a stream that I had issues with my Nighthawk disconnecting, and then Jose, reached out and like, hey, like, what's going on? And we discussed it, and I I don't think I had a good enough connection with the ground wire I had on there. So I sanded the back of the stepper motor for it to make better contact, and I haven't had an issue with it doing it since. Um, but then we're at a few dozen more hours, and now my fan is dying, which I've had fans die before. I, I've thrown away several dozen fans, so I'm not fussed about that. But you know, it's just like when it rains, it pours sometimes. Mike has arrived, everybody. It's time to
Hello,
start the
Mike.
party. Uh, Build Over Bot says, I think that will be able to get certified as the parts that
Yeah, he's
touch
talking
the
about
food.
something we mentioned earlier about food safe.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I was like, huh?
I think he's lagging behind a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Food safe 3D printing is tough, right?
There's a few
I,
filaments out there.
So
The
yeah,
so
but
filament,
I
even
have a
if the
unique
filament's food
perspective here.
safe,
I
when
have a
you're
really
stacking
unique
layers and
perspective
it
when it comes
holds stuff.
to food safe. So I'm a trained chef. That's my original education, right?
Nice.
And so during that, we learned about food safe and what needs to be done to make something food safe. And the plastics that we use in 3D printing, without being certified food safe, because that's the big thing. Certified food safe and being food safe is two different things. Certified means that you can sell that item to an industrial kitchen. That's the big difference. So if you want to print something to use at home, the filament use needs to be food safe, but it doesn't have to be labeled food safe because it's not sold as a kitchen appliance. So what it all comes down to is temperature and cleanliness. So if you keep the temperature of the item within the range of your filament and you can make the item clean, it's food safe for a normal home kitchen. That's it. There's nothing special about it. Layer lines does not make a difference. You can clean it. You just need vinegar and hot water. It's clean. So a PLA print, just put this into perspective. A PLA, PETG, ABS print, to make those sterile, and that's one step further. We're going into medicine at that point. To make a printed piece sterile, all you need is hot water and vinegar, and it's completely sterile. That's it. Simple. It's done.
You can also use things like Sandy Star. Just so you guys you may not know. One, I do recommend over extruded lines, fat lines, to minimize any gapping that may occur, and use a cleaning product to clean it. Don't use bleach. There are things like Sandy Star, which is a product used in brewing. Something like that. If you really want to use them, use that. But there is micro crevices and bacteria can build up. But wash your stuff good. No, there is. You can debate it. It's an extrusion process. There can be flaws in the material. There can be flaws in the extrusion. That is an absolute.
So, that's the one thing that I keep running into. That people say that there's gaps in the extrusions and all whatnot.
There can be produced voids in extrusions. Yes.
There can, yes, but does it matter for something to be food safe? No.
No.
It doesn't matter.
I agree.
So for thousands of years, we have been using wood as our primary material in the kitchen.
But
we still do.
Wood by default is naturally antibacterial.
Yes.
So let's be clear, right? Because I know.
So
exactly
antibacterial is one thing, but getting it clean is another thing.
Correct.
Because the bacteria that we have in a kitchen are not dangerous to us humans, unless you've concoct something that you shouldn't have been consumed in the first place. But that's your problem, not everyone's problem. So the TLDR for food safe in the kitchen at home is your plastic tolerant to the heat, and can you clean the stuff well enough? That's all you need. I've been using the same stuff in the kitchen that's 3D printed for almost 10 years at this point. Still,
I've printed plenty of things in the kitchen. The only input I can make on this is print with plenty of walls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thin walls make for bad prints regardless. And if food gets inside the print, throw it away.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
I've done some cookie cutters, right? And I'll print them out of PETG, and I'll take those cookie cutters, use them, and then throw them away because they're 3D printed. I can fucking do it again next year when I need them again at Christmas time. It's not that hard.
I think for something like that, it takes more energy to just store them and finding them next year than to just print a new batch. And then that way you can just make new designs. That's kind of the fun about 3D printing, is that we can make changes quickly and then make another revision. And for something like cookie cutters, it's so much easier to just hit print and keep going. If you want to change your design something new, print it again. It's rapid prototyping in its best way possible. I've designed and printed hundreds of cookie cutters at this point. Custom logos and.
You've got room to store all those things.
Yeah, I don't have room at all. I'm like none. I have to have my printer here. That tells you about how much space I've got.
I don't have my other studio because my son's stuff took it all over. He just moved to Washington State, so now I don't have any room in the house.
Hey Howie, for that Jabberwocky, the new files are in a different orientation. They print laying down now, so you don't have that issue that we had before with them breaking, where the bearing is.
Hello, Viking.
Everyone join Tinker Atlas. Be a part of Tinker Atlas. It's very important. It's a community-based social media app for makers, designers, companies, and creators. It won't have all that other static that you get on other platforms. Join it. Be a part of it. It's very important.
Yeah. If you're tired of political posts,
Tinker Atlas.
Tinker Atlas. If
If
you're
you're
tired
tired,
of like an advertisement every other post, Tinker Atlas.
I'm just gonna say it. I've been a user of Tinker Atlas since before it was launched.
Yeah. I feel bad because so just like Maker Millwright was asking me about making a Twitter account, right? I don't use social media, right? I'm on Discord, and I have a YouTube channel, and that is the extent of my social media, right? I do have a Facebook account. It has a few old friends from back when I lived in Jersey, and it has family members. That's all that's on it. And I rarely even use that. I might go watch reels because for some reason, Facebook gives me like the little short content that I actually enjoy, and YouTube doesn't. And I don't know why. I think it's because my YouTube account is used on every single one of my televisions and every single one of my kids' devices, right? So I think YouTube is very confused, right? Do I like 3D printing? Do I like history stuff? Or do I like, painting squishies and uh, Paw Patrol and Peppa Pig? They can't quite figure it out. Like, this guy's a real big fan of Stephen Sharer. Also, he was the number one listener to The Weekend for the last 18 months in the entire world on all of YouTube. Number one guy right here because of my daughter.
Lies. We
I
know
just
that's all lies.
The
I'm
Weekend's
I'm gonna
fantastic. I love him.
I'm gonna head off, guys. It's been fun as always, and I'll
all
probably see
right.
you again next week.
Love you, brother.
Later,
Be safe.
Canrog.
Take care.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye bye.
Bye
Later,
bye.
Sean D3. Also, I saw somebody subscribed earlier. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Who subscribed? I saw it. Where the chat?
I brought some people over from my Discord.
Dank Think. Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice seeing a
Pretty
bunch of
sure
new
my
names
brother
in
is in
chat
there.
today. Your
Yeah, my
brother
kid
showed up?
brother, my younger brother's in there. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
My
well,
my younger brother has not showed up to any of my streams.
I
So
my children don't even
got
come to my stream, so
I got him into 3D printing, and he got a cheaty.
Nice.
nice. I saw Daniel advertise the Cheaty Max 4 or something. And that thing looks freaking amazing. I would really like to try out one of their printers. But
just ask Cody. Got every one of them, so.
yeah. uh, your wife wouldn't watch your streams if they could avoid it. Yeah. So the thing. Okay. A family member has a Cheaty Max 3. All right. And it piqued my interest because it's got the chamber. It was one of the first printers with a chamber heater in it, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, because garage, cold in the winter, right? It's reason why I built a Doom Cube printer, right? So that I could get better chamber temps in the winter without having to heat the whole garage. Yeah, I would like to get that printer off him because he doesn't use it because it's Clipper and he has no idea how to get it going. So I would love to get it off of him, but
Oh, hold up. Why are we trashing on the Centauri Carbon in chat now? Come on now. That is one of my most stable printers. It never fails, other than with PLA. It will print everything beautifully. It just hates PLA because it's scared of it.
Uh, so the Centauri Carbon, I haven't had a single issue with mine. I have no idea how many hours I have on it because it doesn't tell you, which is really, really freaking frustrating. Um, no, you
Info.
go into history, it just tells you the history of your prints. It
Total
doesn't give you a
printing
total
time,
out.
155 hours.
Where'd you? Oh, you got to find it on the screen.
Yeah,
You
Okay,
said
now I'm gonna go what
155?
155 hours.
settings.
No, literally, the day I opened this thing, I broke the top glass. I did an Uncle Jesse. And then I threw in a roll of ABS in
Print
it, and it's
history.
printed ABS ever since. And then I threw
Nobody's
a roll of
finding
PLA in
this.
it. You go to the settings, the
Okay.
little gear, and go to info. It's right underneath serial number.
269 hours.
Yeah. But it printed like 154 hours of that 155 hours of ABS. And then I threw a roll of PLA into it, and it scared the crap out of it and blobbed a nozzle.
So, what's the most hours on your printers? Like, which of your printers has the most hours, and
2,000
how many
hours on
hours?
my Flash Forge.
Them some rookie numbers. Get them rookie numbers up.
I've only had it for 2 years. 2,000 hours a year. That's plenty.
What about you, Alex?
The 2.4 has the most on it. I couldn't tell you exactly how many is on it because I've reflashed Clipper to it several times. I can tell you it's well in excess of 4,000 hours. I don't even. I guess I could look to see what's on it since the last time I did it.
Actually, let's go look.
What about you, Millwright?
So I burn out a printer a year roughly. So like, I've given away some hauls and stuff. I've got 4,500 on the A1. It's about a year old. It's been pretty much running constantly. The Artisan has, it's split, right? Because I do milling and extrusion on it, but it's got probably 1,000 hours in extrusion, about 100 hours in milling. The J1's about 1,500 to 2,000, somewhere in there. I'd have to go look at all my schedules. My machines run almost 24/7. And then the
Nice.
Voron, since I started using it, because I had some issues with network. I have a brain injury, so sometimes things that are a little more complicated, I need people to walk me through them. It's a long story. It doesn't matter. I don't want to bother you with details. But it's been running since the last 4 months straight. So whatever that processing hour is, I think there's a gap of maybe less than 20 hours in each production run.
Wow.
But I kill machines. Like you want to stress test a machine. You want to know if a machine is tough. Send it to me. I'll break it, guaranteed.
So I have
It's one of the one.
1,900 hours on the 2.4 since we did the rebuild on it in August. The end of August, beginning of September.
Nice.
Hey, Dan.
I've I've rebuilt and killed 2 Ender 3s. I killed both my Neptunes, a 2 and a 3. I killed my Sun Lu. It just, when you run them like industrial machines, when they're always running, because this is what I do for a living, when they're always running, always pushing the limits of layer height and speed, because that's what I like. I do as much R&D as I physically can whenever I can. I love getting deals with that and whatever, and I just run them to death. Just always running, always doing whatever. If they say it can do it, that's what it's going to be doing. So
What about you, Jose? What printer of yours has the most hours on it?
Right now the Trident has about 3,000 hours since I added all-wheel drive and I reflashed everything. So whenever I'm going to add something new that we're testing in beta, I usually flash it just so that I can have a fresh counter. So I know, okay, I've got this many hours on whatever component it is, like the Jabberwockies. That's how many
Yeah.
hours are on my Jabberwocky.
Do you keep a log for your machines?
Not really. When I'm
So,
testing something, that the history is the log,
Yeah.
so I could always go
so
back to it.
you've obviously built quite a few things. Like you've got the Vertigo printer back there. You're the only person I know that's built one. So I am curious how well that works out for you. Um, and you've got the Stealth burner back there and stuff like that. What has been your favorite
My
thing to
favorite
build?
build. It's a tough one. um, Honestly, the box turtle, and it's not even a printer.
Really? I did
They're a
enjoy the box
fascinating
turtle.
machine. They're a fascinating machine.
I I need to I need to get the upgraded extruders at the very least for the mine.
The Apex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I built four of them already. Four box turtles.
let's I will say the box turtle was a far simpler system to build than the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder was. Um, but I've had better luck with my Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder because of the extruders on the box turtle.
So
Um,
I built the ERCF. At I want to say about 2 years ago. Uh,
did you guys
LDO
ever
was going
release your
to
kit?
no,
No.
no, it never happened. There, it's again, it comes down to what the people want.
Yeah.
But ERCF was tricky to get set up. I did get mine working, but I gotta say that the box turtle definitely has been a workhorse for me.
Yeah. So I didn't have. I don't have any issues with the box turtle when it comes to just you know loading up four spools and picking a spool that I want to use to print thing. Right.
Yeah.
Um, my issue comes in when I'm trying to do something that requires hundreds or 1,000+ filament swaps, and you know
But what's the issue you run into?
Oh, the it's always the same issue, and it's normally with filaments like white or matte filaments, something that's softer or more abrasive, where it slips on the extruder gears trying to get it through the Bowden tube to the tool head, and just grinds the filament and fails to load to the tool head.
Hmm.
I mean, when it first came out, I had an issue with the hub. Uh, I came up with the idea, and a viewer catted it up for me to fix the issue with the hub. And ever since installing that, I haven't had an issue with that. I've worn out a hub in it, or I've had to replace it because it just wore itself through. I had to replace some PTFE tube because I wore that out. Like I have thousands of hours on it,
Yeah,
but
the PTFE is a consumable.
so
It's something that always has to get replaced.
I'm not saying it's not a good system. I'm just saying that's the thing that I can't trust it to send a print to it that requires, hundreds or of filament swaps. And that gets frustrating to me because that's what I wanted it for. So also, it'll be interesting to see how it does using the box turtle with a takeoff tool head with the tube. That'll be fun.
I haven't uh I haven't connected the box turtle to the monolith yet.
Yeah, I want to get you guys as monoliths. So the Trident is getting Vitali's rigid metal gantry,
Okay.
and I would like to get the monolith gantry for the 2.4. The gantry that's in there right now is printed in PPS CF, and I get fantastic input shaper results with it. But
So
I would like to be able to push that machine a little bit further than it does right now, and
so
I would like to do the
monolith is gonna
monolith.
be. It's really nice. It's a really nice system.
Yeah, I've been following it for a long time, but when I first started talking to him, I got invited into their Discord. I think it was the day they or the day after they opened their Discord.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I talked to them for a little bit. Ended up not doing it because they didn't have a CNC option, and I didn't want to do it if it wasn't CNC. Right. So somewhere along there, I purged out a bunch of discords, lost a bunch of discords, and had to add them back. But I'm really glad to see that they finally got somebody to manufacture that thing and CNC it. And
And it's the you'll see when it's out. The quality on those parts is so nice.
Hello. Oh,
yeah, I can't wait
Hello.
to see it. I'm assuming that there'll be a printer with it at Rocky Mountain. I want to see the
I'm not
LDOs. I
sure.
mean, not LDO. Armored Turtles. This is a floppy pickle, by the way, if anybody's wondering.
Yeah,
Um,
I had questions. I had questions.
Gentlemen, I'm going to need to take off here.
all
This
right,
is
all
like
right.
up, not coincidence. Just, good to meet you, Jose. Face to face.
Likewise.
Make him all right. Pleasure as always.
Always.
Viking, sorry, going to miss you there. Alex, I'll catch you tomorrow, bud. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night, man.
I'll
Good
catch
night.
you guys later.
All right. Speaking of Tinker Atlas, we've got Mr. Tinker Atlas himself.
hello. How's it
Hello.
going?
It's good to see you taking a break from Tinker Atlas long enough to join us.
Yeah,
This
I
man
thought
is a coding machine. I don't know that he's slept in the last like 7 months.
not as much as normal people, at least. So yeah, I'm definitely not normal. But yeah, working every day on Tinker Atlas. Yeah, adding features, fixing bugs. It has been less bugs lately, though, so that's a good thing. And yeah, trying to keep it running.
You know what my question is.
Let me check. Give me a second.
You better. You know that's the rule, sir.
Yeah, that's on your stream though.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
384.
Let's go! Woo, 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 woo!
It's increasing still.
We're growing. You're growing,
Yeah.
man. And that
Only-
post you made, just explaining yourself and telling people like what's going on and what's the deal. Beautifully written.
Thank you.
Better than anything I would say, because mine would be like, ugh, 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 work hard, need money, work harder. So,
Yeah.
very, very well spoken.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah, we do need money to keep it running for sure. We're at 5% funded for this round, so but it's still a couple of weeks left before it ends. So
So I must live under a rock because I have no idea what Tinker Atlas is.
yeah, it is a social media platform for makers, basically.
Oh,
Yeah, and there's some other tools as well in addition to that, like the project tool. You can document your projects, and the printer tool with printer maintenance tracking if you need that.
oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm adding more tools soon. I have been working on stuff, like streamer tools and a giveaway tool that streamers in the maker community can use.
Listen, yeah. So we need something that let's just say Wheel of Names is not great, right?
Lash tools.
Um, We need something that's it's a better random number generator.
Yeah.
Random number generators are stupid hard to make, dude, because there's no computers can't do it. They use
No.
macrosecond timers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Wheel of Names is particularly terrible at it.
Lash tools, man. That's what I use. Or
Yeah.
lashing tools.
It is pretty far along. So hopefully
I'll
I'll release
check
it
it
soon.
out.
Yeah, thank you.
Please do.
Yeah.
And post all your secret stuff so I can be sneaky about it. And I most certainly won't put it on or on live stream. I will 100% put it on live stream.
I will say this
Oh,
is
look at that!
totally a coincidence, actually. So
Wow.
Sure, sure.
it is. I had
I
it
don't
since I took a
I
shower.
don't have a
really
shirt. I messaged Jason like, hey bud, you got any extra shirts? And he's like,
I need
yeah,
more.
what size do you need? I sent him my size. He goes, I don't have one. I'm sorry.
You gave the American size or the Chinese size?
I gave him the US size.
You gotta go. I think it's 3 sizes up.
Yeah, I'm quad XL in Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm only like a 48 chest. Like I'm a big dude, I get it, but I'm not that big. Come on now.
Oh, this fits me, and I'm 255 ish and 6'3", so
Yeah.
not a
Like
small dude.
6'2", 220, something like that.
Yeah.
My issue has always been getting a shirt with a big enough neck.
Oh
Yeah.
So like, okay,
Yep.
I'm a little bit heavier now, but even as a 15-year-old, like 80-pound kid, I had a 17.5-inch neck.
Yep.
Right? Like, it's
So
always
you wear the
been
same
very
fish
hard.
as I do then.
Yeah.
You can never get the collar right.
Yeah.
This is an 18.
So I worked as a goldsmith for 12 years, right? And part of that was working in a shop where I needed to wear shirt and tie. We covered it in a lab coat. Why I needed a shirt and tie is beyond me. But anyway, so like I couldn't button the top button. I just had, best I could do with the tie, right? Like I could not get a shirt that had a big enough neck that didn't also have wings,
Yep. I like Jose's shirt though. He's got the name. He's got the logo. It's very tight. It's very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like.
I made it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, looks good.
Thanks.
Should be purple though. You need purple's the key to everything, right?
I got a couple colors.
Good. So
I've
you
wanted
have
to
one
do
for me
that.
then with my name on it when we meet, right?
You gotta remember me though.
That is fair, sir. That is absolutely fair.
To be
Forgive
fair,
the brain
2
damage.
years ago, I looked different. My hair was like down to my
Longer.
shoulders.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it to you this way: when I was at Murph 2024, the LDO booth was very friendly, very nice, and when I talked to them about what I was working on and all the weird stuff I do, they were super excited. And then I took 6 months to follow up on all my emails, and no one knew who I was anymore. So that's fair. That is. I am notorious because my memory is so bad. I am notorious at emailing people and following up on any kind of comments or questions. Yeah.
Just shoot me a message on Discord. I'm there all the time. If anything.
Okay. Because I build stupid stuff. Like, what do I got here? I got an automated. The one on the floor here in front of me is a CNC controlled automated heat set insert with timers. That's like the concept for that one. There's like a 48 volt mill with a. I don't want to go super bed. I want to do like 30-40 bed because 400's just a little too big. I learned that on the Artisan. It's when you enclose it, it just becomes so enormous.
Wait. Did you say an automated heat insert press?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, well, not to claim anything here, but I released a rough sketch in Tinkercad to Twitter, And within, I don't know, 2 weeks or whatever, I saw a ton of heat insert press machines come out. So I don't release any open designs anymore that way.
Yeah,
Because they'll see what I'm doing, and I don't have to say anything, but they kind of get what I'm doing, and then I saw a bunch of them pop up. So it's like I've stopped all of my major sort of like project R&D. Like I have a couple, like there's I really want to do a stepper motor drone.
Huh.
Yeah, and I like reusing old parts. So I'm always trying to convince people like, hey, I want to build something using Arduinos. I want to use something with old Ender 3 parts because having that stockpile of old inventory, I'm interested in that because that's off the shelf product that you can use to develop new things. And sure, you can go to more advanced technology, but if it will run off old school things that people have laying around, we like to do that. I'm actually working on a nonlinear, like I said, nonlinear dual Z polar printer right now. I just sort of need an engineer to help me finish it up. I know exactly what I want to do, but I'm a little
Hey,
bit stuck. Hey, it's Dan, DB3Dan, making my
what's up?
Nexus my boy.
What's going on, guys? Good to see you.
Hey, brother.
You see, man.
Sorry, I've been kind of out and about for a while, and I'm kind of slowly getting back into streaming and doing stuff. Been a lot going on. I don't want to step on toes in conversations, so I'll just say that if you want to know for like great detail what's going on, check out the channel. I've been talking about it on the last couple of streams.
I cut the
But
last
Alex, thanks for the invite, good sir.
Yep. You're always welcome, man.
But Dan, we need to see the computer and have you put the screen in yet? And have you looked at the BTT 5 or 7-inch touchscreen for the? Because I know you've talked about possibly putting a screen on the backside. Have you looked at that? This is cool.
I do not have one for it yet, no. But
well, you were saying super small, like 2.5, and I was like, no. For roughly the same price, you can get that 7.5-inch.
Yeah. I want to put one on the back here so that when I'm sitting at an event, I can have a little bit larger, like either 7 or a 10-inch on the back here. So when I'm at an event, I can connect one of the Pis to that, have a keyboard, mouse, and have kind of like my own PC to be working off of or just hanging out at the table and have that for me to see. And then on the front is more or less just a little, I forget what's this one, the 3.5 or whatever it is. So, but it's a touch screen connected to one of the Pis. So I could have this one running like, some video or something, just kind of explaining the lab racks, which I don't own. I don't own the lab racks. That would be Mr. Michael Clements on, he posted it on Maker World. So, but yeah. So here it is. It's the lab racks 3D printable system. LTX made me the panels for it. But yeah, everything is kind of 3D printed stuff. So the only things I've done is I made this panel, which I still need to post it, I believe. I just took a standard 4-inch blank and then took for the BTT, whichever screen this one is. I think it's the 3.5. I'm a little out of it on what I put in this thing. It's been a while. But I modded it to, basically I just remixed it to fit the screen in there. And then this one is a standard model that they have that I remixed to cut the holes for USB pass through, because I didn't want to leave a gap and then have this big gap where cables are coming out of. So I just did a slot on the side for USB pass through, and it's a little bit cleaner, a little bit neater. But yeah.
And you can watch, if you go back into the old pages of Tinker Atlas, you can actually watch. You can watch the build of that object.
Yeah, you can watch the different iterations it's gone through as I've changed things, added stuff, and ultimately in the end I ended up with 3 Raspberry Pi 5s in there, and then there's the I believe this is the Orange Pi 3B plus 4 gig, I believe is the one that's sitting in here. So there's 1 Orange Pi and 3 Raspberry Pis in there. So
yeah, it's if I build another printer, I'm gonna have to look into some Pi solutions because I am out of Pis now.
Well, I
know Canrog just did a video on some, and
yeah, I have a small stockpile here of Pi alternatives that I could probably slide in a box and accidentally lose at your address.
Orange Pis, I have a real love for the Orange Pi, I'll be honest, especially with the PowerPort outputs.
I've not tried one.
Yeah, this is a orange pie. They sent them to me. I had 2 that they'd sent. So maybe reach out to them, Alex. Let them know what you're working on, and see they might send you out a couple of demo units just to check out and try out on stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I reached out to them. The nice part about these orange pies is they do have the smaller eMMC slot right here, so you can stick a eMMC actually on the board, or you can
Oh,
run
nice.
SD, or these even have a NVMe slot, so you can actually stick like a M.2 on there.
Yeah,
And it's
that's what they need to put on everything, man. Just
yeah,
give me
Yeah.
a M.2.
yeah, because it's not like we can't find an M.2 like a drive laying around somewhere or pick them up. You
Yeah.
know,
I mean, last I looked, and this was like really recently, like within like the last 2 weeks, I could still go on to Amazon and buy, 128 gig M.2 drives for like $12, right?
yeah. Yeah, I know that I did ask Orange Pie in the beginning because I saw in some forums that they were saying this the 3B would only do up to 1 terabyte would be the maximum hard drive. So I asked him about it. I said, "Hey, I'm seeing online that they're saying 512 works for sure, maybe 1 terabyte, but they weren't sure about anything over that. Would these work with more than 1 terabyte of storage?" And they said it should work. You should be able to plug it in. It should see anything 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte. So they're saying without it, I haven't seen it documented anywhere, but they were telling me that it should run a 2 terabyte or a 4 terabyte. So if you wanted to make some crazy little file server, I mean, you could host pretty much every 3D model out there, if you wanted to have your own hosted server.
Fortunately, I just got my TrueNAS server to work. Shout out the captain who sat down with me for a few hours, and we got that finally going. Because it's a decent amount of money to have sitting not doing anything in your house, right?
True.
So I got my server, and now I got 4 terabytes of storage, and
Don't judge me. I've got like 2 featherweight pies sitting around. I've got a stack of Arduinos sitting around. I got a bunch of control boards sitting around. I got I got an Octopus and and an Octopus Pro sitting around. I got the stuff. I just need projects and help to finish up what I don't understand. I feel you, boys. Don't judge. Don't judge. And I do love that orange pie. I do. I think it is an incredible piece of hardware. I do. As soon as I saw it, and then you do a little bit of research into it, like you can drive steppers with it. So,
see, I came into 3D printing with enough knowledge, computer wise and electronics wise, to stumble through problems that I had wound up with in life. And that's currently where I'm at now. I just have run into more problems and, acquire that knowledge as I realize I hear something I don't know, right? 'Cause I, I don't know. I thought about going back to school for electrical engineering degree, and but life has not been so kind as to make that possible yet, anyway. And I don't know if at this point it's even something I want to do. I don't know.
we should have a private talk. I can talk to you about a couple things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to find something I can do that's not going to kill me.
Remember, that's all the problems I have, right? That's why I'm not millwright anymore. But we can have a private talk if you want. I still would recommend over electrical mechanical, just as a side note.
Oh yeah, I have no interest in doing mechanical. Not that I have no interest in it, because I am more a mechanical person than I am an electrical person as far as engineering goes, right? But mechanical engineering probably outside of the realm of what my body would handle for any length of time.
Remember, mechatronics engineering is a subcategory of mechanical engineering, not electrical engineering. Mechatronics is what CNC is.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much, but we can have a talk.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Jose, any insights on that?
B-Dog, as far as Milo, 1.5s are done. The V2 is almost ready, so that should be soon. I don't have a date yet, but it's in, I'd say, the end stages of beta testing.
Are you going to have a fluid sump for that? Because I know that right now there's no fluid sump or air jet for them.
Nothing directly from LDO in the kit, no. But there are user mods and
Yeah,
community
I've
mods.
seen them. I just curious what you guys are providing from source.
Yeah, so it's gonna be very similar to the 1.5, except there's a lot more CNC parts in the kit. They replace parts that used to be printed.
So increasing the rigidity, so less chatter, right?
Increasing rigidity as well as accuracy and getting it running.
Hear me out.
Digital
Hear me
Dragon is
out.
super proud of his.
A CNC mill that's not CNC driven, right? More of a manual mill,
Oh,
right?
analog controls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can just plug in a panel, say, I need you to cut from here to here in this depth, and just hit enter and go. I don't need to go into Fusion or anything like that. Like I'm not, needing a mill like that, but something like, a Bridgeport kind of thing, something like that. I would love to see a 3D printable version of that.
Yeah, like a desktop analog mill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I'd love one of those because I'm using Lubin as my milling software right now, and the problem I'm having with it is the downhill milling versus it wants to do downhill and uphill milling, and some materials just you cannot there's not enough power and rigidity to uphill mill with.
I don't
Looking
know.
at you, Jose. Looking at you, brother.
Oh, you gotta
You
get a
gotta
design
design
for
it.
us.
All
Yeah,
right.
design it. And
All right.
yeah. LDO doesn't design the projects. They just bring.
Provide kits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he might be. You know me. I'm always trying to find out what people are keeping in their back pocket.
I haven't heard anything anywhere of something like that.
I have not.
Yeah. And I think for the average person doing 3D printing, that is a more obtainable sort of process than learning CAD and CAM and stuff like that. And it's probably going to be able to make 90% of what people actually want to make,
Yeah.
Check his pockets for a bunch of wires. Cloud Hammer, how's it going, man? So anybody in chat have any questions for Jose or guest for tonight as we are nearing the end? If you do, post them and we'll ask them. But Dan, you had mentioned that you've got a fundraiser going for a local school.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, as I said on my last stream, in July will be starting as tech director for another school in my area. Currently, those of you who know, I've been at Woodland School and been there for 10 years. Got an opportunity to go to be a tech director at a school closer to home, or a district closer to home. I'll be overseeing 3 schools. Midland is the school, and Midland has an engineering department with a Prusa Mini, that is up and running and working, and that is their only 3D printer that they're using. I took it upon myself. I did talk with the superintendent today. I may have started the GoFundMe before talking to the superintendent, but schools love free things, and if I can get the community to kind of rally behind and help get us a couple of printers for the school, I'm hoping to, with the GoFundMe, I'm hoping to get at least 2 of the core ones from Prusa, just because I want an out of the box that works. I don't necessarily want I don't want to start with like a tinkerer's printer. I want to get something just out of the box that works. It's not to say that down the road, if there's enough money that comes in, we'll get a couple of kit printers. The kids can build them in the engineering class. That'll help them better understand how a printer works, what it takes, the coding to get it up and running, and all that stuff. But for right now, to help them at least produce parts, the engineering teacher is going to be starting next year. He's going to start teaching Fusion 360. He's got an academic license or an education license, so he's going to be teaching Fusion 360 to the kids. And we all know that those of us with kids or who remember being a kid, we love the idea of creating something, but we love the idea of having that more than just seeing it. So I figured if I could get at least 2 Prusa Core 1s to get them started. It's a nice enclosed printer. It's fast. It's kind of Prusa's new hotness. We all know that, when it comes down to reliability, Prusa is a good name. Not knocking anything that we can build from a kit. So Jose, not knocking LDO. Love LDO. LDO is Jason and LDO have been huge supporters of me for many years. I love those guys. But for a high school group of kids, I just want to get a couple of units out of box, fire them up, get them going. If there's enough money that comes in, I would like to be able to get maybe 1 or 2 more Core 1 kits that they can build in class. And then from there, maybe we start working on talking to Jose and the LDO crew and see if maybe a couple of, kits can fall off the truck at the school one day, and we can then start printing parts and building out some, bigger Vorons, maybe a Trident, maybe a 2.4. If they want to get the Phoenix kit together and lose a Phoenix kit at the school, I don't think that the teacher and the students will complain about a 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot printer. I don't think that'll be a problem, but realistically speaking, I started the GoFundMe just to get a couple of printers and some material so that the kids can have a better start going into the 26-27 school year. Does it look good for me going in as the tech director, bringing something to the table? Yes. Is that the reason I'm doing it? No. A lot of you guys know me. I'd rather give away a bunch of stuff and not have my name on it and not have people know that it came from me. But in this scenario, I figured I would use my social media to try and help the school out. So this is one of those situations where I'm uncomfortable because I'm putting myself out there, asking directly for something for someone rather than just something to give away to a random person. So but I did start the GoFundMe. Alex, I think I linked it to you. So if you could drop that in chat, if anybody would like to help. And I guess I should probably say that I have committed $200 of my own money to this as well. So not that I'm rolling in the dough, but I did tell my wife that I was going to commit some money to this, and to avoid taking my own money, putting it in GoFundMe, and then taking it back out of GoFundMe and losing that portion that they take, I just did an offline $200 added in there. So when you see that, know that I do have the $200, and as the money comes in, I will be ordering printers. So if in the next day or two we get enough to order a printer, I'll order 1 printer, and as it grows and more money comes in, I will order more printers, and maybe 2-3 printers show up at the school over the next however long it takes to get there. But yeah, so even if you cannot donate, if you could just share that out to everybody that you know and just ask them kindly if they could help to help. Filament is always going to be welcome for the school too. So if anybody has a filament contact or someone that might have, couple rolls or some spools or some gift codes or whatever, just reach out to me. I can get you the address for the school so you can send it directly to them. This way it is going directly to the school. I know sometimes people have negative thoughts about when people ask for stuff, so I just want you to know that I will give you the school address. I will tell you where to ship it. It'll go directly to the school. It doesn't come to me. So
Can I get you to
guys are
swing
looking
by
for PLA,
website?
or
sorry, what?
Go ahead, Jose.
you guys are looking for PLA, ABS, ASA?
PLA, ABS, whatever. The school is I mean, it's going to be for the engineering class, so I'm sure PLA is going to be great for a lot of the prototyping and stuff. But if they get into wanting to design some actual mechanical parts, ABS is going to be much more sought after for the rigidity, the durability, the heat resistance. So, I mean, like I said, as of right now, I'm still new with the school. I'm still kind of learning the ways, and I'm not officially an employee. Contracts have been signed, everything is good, but my official start date is July 1st. However, I'm already in their computers. I'm already getting keys to the building, and I'm already being told, come and go as you please whenever you are free. So occasionally I have a doctor's appointment that I need to go to from my current position, and maybe the doctor I go see doesn't have a medical degree. Maybe it's an education, but I get a chance to go over, meet with the staff, talk with the staff. The engineering teacher is a very ambitious guy. He's got big goals, lots of plans. And when he and I start talking, it's like two teenage boys talking about, mud tires on their pickup truck, or the new hotness in video games, or, we just start geeking out and we start talking. And next thing I know, an hour and a half went by, school's getting out and I got to go. So he's definitely very like-minded with me. So I'm excited about that. He's actually talking about getting me into the classroom and helping him with, projects and stuff in the classroom, which is, a first for me, being the tech guy. Usually I'm just stuck in an office and, go from there. Yes. LDO is always one to help. They're always one to help.
So, a few questions. So, John asked about getting a 2X LDO, 2X tall LDO t-shirt. You guys ought to start just a fourth wall store.
Yeah, just start a U.S. store that we can order from directly.
Yeah. You still make money off of it. Just create a fourth wall store.
Or just tell, you guys just find somebody who's making shirts and just work a deal. Say, look, here's the deal. You guys take this much, we want this much. And,
As far as festivals, we're usually at all of them.
Yeah.
We're not going to be at Smurf this year, though.
Are you guys going to be at the Japan Rep Fest?
I've heard talks about it. I'm not sure. The U.S. ones were definitely I'm at all of them. I want to say somebody's going to be at the Japan one, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I might be at Japan.
That would be a fun trip. I should have gone to Japan a couple times already. We won't go into that, but yeah.
What am I this year so far? I'm scheduled for I scheduled for Smurf. There's a lot going on Smurf. I'm really proud of what's going on over there. There's some very exciting things. And then I had one of my mods was at another channel, and they confirmed me for Murph. So everything beyond that, I don't know how I feel about Rocky Mountain. The schedule's really tight for me. And then Printopia, I guess the East Coast stuff, because I'm all the way on the West Coast, so it ends up being, it'd be nice to meet everybody and do some stuff. But there's also Form Next as well in Germany, which is also a big deal. So
yeah, we are winding up on the 2-hour mark. So if anybody wants to plug any of their stuff and any of that kind of stuff, please feel free.
I'm happy to plug my stuff whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Maker Millwright from the Free Heathen Workshop. Come meet me at Smurf in Manchester on March 7th and 8th. I am a live stream content creator. I am a CNC designer, toy maker, and everything in between. You can catch me on Twitch 4 days a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I'm on YouTube on Wednesdays. Come share your ideas. Let's build some cool stuff. I make everything from, like I said, I make everything. And if you have a problem with your machine, I'm glad to help.
Maker Viking, you don't happen to have anything you'd like to plug, do you?
I don't do anything. Oh well, yeah. Thinker Atlas is the main thing, and has been for quite a while. So yeah, please join Tinker Atlas if you haven't already. I'd love to see everyone there. And I'm also releasing a book soon, military
A
sci-fi.
book.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Cloudy Comedy. So
Come
yeah,
on. Come on.
what?
Talk more about it. Come on, please, for me.
Yeah, I posted about the book on Tinker Atlas, so you can see it in the feed there, or I have a prologue that I released already. You can get for free. And yeah, the book has 3D printing in it as well, of course.
Fun.
Nice.
Fun.
Nice.
So yeah, looking forward to releasing the first full book. The prologue is over 18,000 words now, so it's a novella.
There you go.
Yeah, and yeah, other than that, I've been working on Fenrir Core XY for ages. Still haven't finished it. It is getting closer, but I need more time. Uh, Way more time to get through everything I'm currently working on. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, on the bright side, man, the Earth is the Earth's rotation is constantly slowing. So tomorrow will be longer than today.
yeah. Jatin, yeah, I sleep sometimes, probably less than most, but yeah, I do sleep once in a while. Um, I don't sleep enough. Probably the best way to say it. I guess that yeah, that covers most of it. Uh, yeah, I design models as well and sculpt, but I haven't done. I have had the time to do that for quite a while now. So, but I'm looking forward to getting back to that eventually. So yeah,
Mhm.
I think that covers it.
Jose, you got anything you'd like to plug? Unreleased, unannounced products? Any, you know?
All the secrets.
Let's pull out the log. It's like no. um, we got the monolith coming out. We have we're working on. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the i3 printer,
No.
the inertia cube.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. Box Turtle is getting a refresh, the BT 1.1. That'll be in the distant future. Most of the components you guys have already seen, like the Apex, the new hub, new skirts.
Haven't seen the skirts. Haven't seen the hub. Unless you're a part of their Patreon, you haven't seen them. They
Oh.
just, yeah.
Well, if you come to the shows, you'll see it on mine.
Um, do you know if there's going to be a upgrade kit?
So it's the same way how we've released the Apex extruder. So you can essentially upgrade your regular box turtle to that.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was going to be like a kit, like here's everything you need, or if it was like, order this part, order for this part, order for that part. I'd rather see it all in one kit. Like I can just add one thing to my cart and hit buy.
That makes sense. I think once the 1.1s are out, I think that might be an option.
Yeah.
I mean, we did the same thing with the V0.1 to 2.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I'm sure there's a path there.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see the AT2. Is that what they're calling that printer?
Yes, that's gonna be nice. That's also coming in the distant future. I don't have a date for that. Vertigo is out. You can buy it from West 3D now.
Yeah, they've had that for a while now, haven't they?
Well, they just started shipping because it was a Kickstarter,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then it turned to pre-orders. They opened up pre-orders to the public. I want to say in November, something
Okay.
like that.
It's
So
one of
other,
those ones that it's a machine that I think is really cool, but I don't have a use case for. So it's one of the printers that I haven't followed tremendously.
it's nice if you're going to be printing continuously,
Yeah.
like big batch printing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My power just flickered. Dan, you got anything?
Hi, I'm Dan, maker my Nexus, also known as the idiot with a webcam and a microphone. And usually when I come on, it's just hanging out and chatting. Sometimes we talk about 3D printing. Most of the time we just talk about life and what's going on. Sometimes projects that I'm working on, like the lab racks that I worked on for a while last year, and then it's just kind of sat in the background. I like kit printers. I like out of the box, plug them in, turn them on printers, and everything in between. In the past, I've done a lot of like, you give me your old printer, I'll fix it on stream, and we'll give them away to someone usually within about 100 miles of me and a couple rolls of filament and get them up and started. And then sadly, life got in the way. I didn't have the time to do that as much as I wanted to. Did tell a lot of people to get involved and do the same thing. Like and this is going out to everybody watching. If someone in your neighborhood or in your area has a 3D printer that's collecting dust and you can fix it, and then just give it away to someone. You don't have to make a big public spectacle about it. Just give someone who maybe wants to get into 3D printing but can't afford to, give them a 3D printer. If you got a couple rolls of filament, or maybe if you reach out to one of the big filament manufacturers and say, hey, I want to start doing this in my local area. Maybe you guys throw me a couple boxes of filament. I can give one away with the printer and help get somebody started. I mean, you'd be amazed at how you can make someone smile that wanted to do something they can't. So just been doing that when I can. Other than that, as you guys now know tonight, I've been IT in a school for over a decade. I'm going to a new school, and I'm excited for the transition there. And it seems like this school I'll be going to wants to utilize me more. So I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to pull some content, from the actual EDU sector and bring that into the channel, and we'll be able to see 3D printing in the classroom. If we can make that happen, I'm really hoping for that. Let's put it that way. I'm really hoping that with this new school, we'll be able to let you guys see how students are using 3D printing in an education environment. So I'm hoping that'll happen. I can't promise it, but if you follow the channel, who knows what the future holds.
Nice.
Jose, more questions are coming in for you in chat, man. You're gonna have to come back again and answer more questions.
Yeah, for sure.
But Helix, feel free to reach out to Jose. He's always around. We're gonna call this podcast here on Projects in Dad's Garage. You're on my YouTube channel currently. If you haven't already, hit the like button on the podcast. Come back every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We do this every week. It's kind of a roundtable discussion with makers, as you've seen tonight. Many folks kind of drop in, drop out. We try to have new people on, bring some new topics of discussion with that. And then from the billing department, if you like the other kind of content I do, consider becoming a YouTube member. Working on raising money right now to go out to Rocky Mountain Rep Fest, this close to the airline tickets. So other than that, guys, come back, check us out. Trident's going back onto the workbench. We're going to get that finished. If you're even remotely interested in Vorons and like top of the line, fast as you can go 3D printers, you're going to want to check out that series. Other than that, guys, have a great weekend, and thanks for joining us.
Good night, guys.
Little.